Greetings to you. So while you get ready and decide what kind of emotions you would invest in the program today, I have some disappointing news for you. The president that we once trusted, that we once stood behind, and we tried to believe in, continues to undermine his own government's future, which is for the next 4 years. And as a result of doing that, he is compromising the very existence of what is left with the cherry crop. They aren't all dead. There are still some of them that are there to see how best they can hold some of the root together and stimulate growth in the direction that Chetty intended the party to go. But so far, more than 50% of the PPP is a disaster, thanks to the disaster in chief, the chief of all fuck-ups, Irfan Ali. In this context, I'll say Irfan Ali. Yes, blame Muhammad for the direction the country is going in. Blame Muhammad for the starvation of Guyanese. Blame Muhammad for the blackouts, the high gas prices, the hopelessness, the despair, the agony, the cries of mothers, infant mortality rate going up, the stressing the hospitals, all the corruption from the top to the bottom. Blame Muhammad. The only man that should be blamed for what Guyana is faced right now, what Guyana is going through right now, I'm talking, it's terrible. It's terrible. Blame Muhammad. Welcome to the Uncensored Guyana Show. I am your precious gift, Dr. L. Prasad. The Uncensored Guyana. Muhammad is the person who has screwed Guyana, and continues to screw Guyana to the point where he is the only one that is enjoying the fucking. Guyana ain't getting a chance to climax, not even reaching the plateau stage. Yes, he is able to arouse Guyana, get Guyana all excited, anticipating this is going to be some real nice thing here. But no. Muhammad is so selfish, so self-centered, so arrogantly narcissistic that he is the only one. He is the only one that is getting a chance to come. In his case, not giving out, come, taking all the money, taking all the juices, all the pleasure that Guyana has to offer. Fucking Muhammad. Which Muhammad would I be talking about? Which Muhammad am I talking about? Of course, Muhammad Irfan Ali. Not Irfan Muhammad Ali. His first name is Muhammad. Muhammad Irfan Ali. That's his name. So I'm talking about that Muhammad. The president. The Muhammad who is the president. Not the opposition leader. The opposition leader is a skunt. I'm talking about the big asshole, Muhammad Irfan Ali, the president. That Mohammed fuck up the country, keeps fucking it up. That Mohammed. I just drank some coffee. Yeah, it's mushroom coffee. If you haven't had mushroom coffee, get some mushroom coffee. Oh, Richard. Thank you, Richard, for renting out and trying the mushroom coffee. Yeah, Richard is my executive producer, director, stress relief, in a good sense. Ain't no fucking homo stuff here, in a good sense. Stress relief in that Richard calms me down. He's like, hey, doc, hey, doc, hey, doc. Yeah. Richard went and Richard bought mushroom coffee. And Richard was so excited when he drank the mushroom coffee. I'm saying excited as in excited. That Richard said to me, after he decided to try the mushroom coffee, because, you know, he trusts my judgment. He decided to try the mushroom coffee. And he says to me, Doc, you know what happened? After the first week of using the mushroom coffee, my wife told me, on the couch. I said, why? He said, because you didn't say what the mushroom coffee does. I said, what does it do? I don't know. What's your experience? He's like, man, I am horny as fuck every day. So the wife can't deal with it. She literally told him, can you just watch Dr. Prasad like once a week? You don't have to watch him every day. He says, no, honey, I have to monitor the show. I have to tell him what to say. I have to tell him who to cuss. I have to tell him how to cuss them. So I have to. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's not my fault. I have a man that is directing my show. Shit, the way I say these things, people are like, fuck, you see, I told you. Richard is a man, okay? My executive producer, handler, he is the guy that made me a star. Let's forget that. Because I may give him away, and the next thing you know that he might go on the sanction list as well. Because he's producing me. You never know. Anyway, mushroom coffee. Vice President Barajagdeo, because of you, it is my opinion, Vice President Barajagdeo, because of you, Guyana is fucked up. Prices are high. People are starved. Corruption and more corruption. Only a small group of contractors are controlling the crop of the billions. Forget the others. We're dealing with $1 billion up. And $1 billion up, their offices are at the Ministry of Public Works. They are not government employees. They're just loafers. Yeah, they're leeches. They hang out at the Ministry of Public Works because you need a guy between the contractors and the president, and that guy is corrupt Egil. So all of these contractors, Barajagdeo, their offices are there at the Ministry of Public Works. Every ministry that handles huge contracts, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Local Government, Ministry of Public Utilities, there are special offices where Ali's appointees, engineers, are operating from. And these people report only to Ali and the contractors. Barajagdeo, I know you are familiar with this. You are aware of this. You know exactly what the issues are. Vice President, the PPP's future is on the line. Mohammed is literally ripping the party apart piece by piece. All you have now, Vice President, is just a 40% in the country's people's economy. Just 40%. 60% is stand vulnerable. The opposition has 40%, and the other 20%, I control them. I control the other 20%. And I'm telling the other 20% right now, like I said yesterday, Barjagli, if you don't deal with Irfan Ali, I'm telling the other 20%, go with the opposition. Go with the opposition. Because Guyana is not a property or a side chick or a milking cow for Irfan Ali. Guyana is a milking cow for Guyanese. Guyanese, we have to inherit the fruits and the blessings of that country, not Ali and his cronies, his employees. So, Vice President, you have to remind Mohammed, you have to remind him that you are the reason why he is not right now rotting in prison. Mr. Vice President Barjagli, you must remind Mohammed Irfan Ali that you are the reason why he is not in prison. And in case you forgot, those 19 charges, those 19 fraud charges were legitimate charges, criminal charges brought against the corrupt minister then between 2010 and 2015. Criminal charges. It is Vice President Barjagli that saved his ass by putting him as presidential candidate. I am alleging, Vice President, I am alleging that you manipulated the system, manipulated the votes from the party Congress to make Irfan Ali the head of the party, therein putting him as the presidential candidate. And the fact that the elections, in my opinion, was rigged, he escaped more than 70 years in prison. If that case would have gone to trial, the state had every evidence if Granger had secured a second win. I mean, technically he did, but the point is, if all the outside influences were not there, like Carrico and all these fucking loafers who conspired, it's my opinion. You can check the evidence if you want, but I'm saying I checked the evidence, I researched what I could research, and I draw my own conclusion, and based on my conclusion, it was rigged. That's my conclusion. If Granger had gone there, Ali would be in prison. Definitely. And it would not be a political witch hunt. How? He wasn't anything. It would not have been a political witch hunt. Because he was a no person, he was an unimportant individual. He wasn't Vice President Jaglio. He wasn't a threat to anybody. It's just that he committed, based on the charges, those crimes. And according to Justice Haynes, Chief Justice Haynes, in 2019, he threw out Ali's appeal that there is no merit here. The same way the Mamas are fighting to say that their extradition ain't got merit, and the CCJ threw it out, and all the High Court in Guyana threw it out. If Mohammed became president, that will disappear. Same thing, presidential immunity. So because Ali accidentally got the presidency after 6 months in 2020, Soku had to compromise and withdraw the charges. It is not that the charges had no base. It is not that they were wrong or they were not correct. No, it is because he was sworn in. They were trying to get him before he swore in. But all of the people who conspired blocked the system, put everything on hold. So when he swore in as president, automatically. He got immunity. That's important to note. So one person, President Irfan Ali, owes his existence in the free world, his presidency, his billions, the fact that he can still roam around with his arrogant self. He owes all of that to Jagdeo, Bharat Jagdeo. So I am very disappointed that you, Bharat Jagdeo, knowing that you saved this man's ass, can sit back and allow him to mess up the country, starve your people, fuck up the party, divide the party, and you're doing nothing about it. Just quiet. You're just quiet. People are going to hold you, Bharat Jagdeo, responsible. Elections are coming. You are going to face the consequences for this, Bharat Jagdeo. Guyanese are going to turn against you because you need to remind the president with his pompous ass that, hey, buddy, president or not, I made you. I am the one who kept you out of prison. You know very well you should have been in prison because the things you did it. I didn't tell you to do it. So Jagdeo, Irfan is not the head of the PPP. He's not the leader of the PPP. He's not he's not a leader in general. He's just president because of you, Jagdeo. But Ali is not a leader. He doesn't have leadership qualities. A manager maybe, but not a leader. And definitely not a political leader. You are the leader, Jagdeo. The PPP rests on your shoulder. The future of the party rests on your shoulder. You can't allow one man that you molded to destroy everything. You got to stop it. You have to step in and stop it. You made a mistake with Ramatar. You saw how Ramatar almost destroyed the future of the party. You have to come back thinking that, hey, okay, I got to save this. Well, you did. You saved it. But come on, what's going to happen now? Listen to the rhetoric coming out of the mouth of Ali. All the promises you made in a manifesto, Jagdeo, all the promises you made, which was kept? None of the promises was kept. After listening to Irfan and the statements he keeps making, I understand that he don't listen to you. You are not his advisor. The people that advises him are the people who are telling him where to invest, how to get people off their land, which bank in China, which bank in India, what part of Jamaica to build the luxury hotel chain. Those are his advisors. Not concerning Guyana and Guyanese. The man is listening to you. So, Mr. Vice President, today I came with an agenda to talk to you. Because you are the sensible one. I don't want to run your government, but I want to express sentiments that I think are shared by most of Guyana. You're fucked up. You need to correct it. Don't surprise us in the future and then you step away. You would not denounce being the vice president. But by your actions, we can tell that you are distancing yourself from Ali and his government. We can tell. And this began after the elections. We can tell, Vice President, what's happening to the country. The man himself, Irfan Ali himself, from his mouth, said the country is in crisis after months of lying, after thousands of fake news, fake development this, fake development that, after all of that, after the how much $1 trillion budget, and it's August, and they went back and tried to get more money. Well, they got more money from the reserve to spend on that $1.2 trillion, despite the meager, shitty cash grant. Despite all the talks about removing taxes from here and from there and subsidizing farmers and all these things, despite all of that, on the surface, Ali came back and said, people are suffering. I tried my best. There is nothing else I can do to help Guyanese, to steer the economy, to balance the budget, to drop the prices. Nothing else. Oh, yes, his mouth said that. This ain't propaganda. I am quoting the president himself. He said he can't do anything more to fix the economy. It is shitty. It is terrible. People are dying. People are hungry. He said that. When have you heard a president's back against the wall and admitted that he lied to the country? When have you heard that? He said, amidst all the money you're getting from the oil, all the money he injected into the economy, the removing of taxes, subsidizing farmers. He said, amidst all that, the country is still going downhill. People are still starving. The prices in the shops are still sky high, and they keep rising. His conclusion is he can't do anything else. Just got to leave it just free for all. Because you got to consider the importers, the business community. They have to turn over a profit. Fuck the people. I got to think about my buddies in business. Because after all, most of the persons who control commerce, who control the banks, who control import and export and retail, most of them are from that crop that funded Ali in the elections. So he ain't gonna put any measures in place to affect their business. Guyanese, you're fucked. The president would not help you and cost his friends a profit. He wouldn't do that. So he's telling you now, he can't do anything anymore. And also in that same speech, he indicated to you Guyanese that giving you more cash grants is a waste of time. Raising your salary is a waste of time. Oh, he was telling you that also. You just didn't hear it. So don't expect any cash grants in the future. He tried that, it didn't work. Because you're still hungry, you're still starved, and you still can't fill your basket when you go to the supermarket. Yes, Ali, supermarket. You want Guyanese to live in the 80s. You want them to go to the market and buy their groceries, not greens, their groceries from the market. Then why did you give license to businesses to open supermarkets if you didn't want Guyanese to go to the supermarket? No, you still have this mentality that Guyanese are so low life that they should not shop in air condition. Or the natural wind is better. Go to the market, it's ventilated. You have all of this natural breeze coming in. Forget supermarkets. The tiles and the well-ordered shelves, you can see the prices there. You can forget that. You're paying for the building. That's why the prices are high. Go to the market and get your pocket picked. Get expired goods. Go there. Supermarkets is not for you. You're not a cabinet member. You're not a parliamentarian. What the fuck you doing? Going to the supermarkets? So he is blaming now. Let me check my audio. He's blaming. Okay. He's blaming the supermarkets. Guyanese want to play big. It's a thing they say, you're playing big, you want to shop in the supermarket. Yeah, that's the mentality now. He wants you to live in the 80s. So the fact that you want to shop in a supermarket, it's your fault if you're paying more for groceries. You shouldn't be there. Go and buy from the woman who has a thing on the road. She buys from the supermarket and come back and put her markup on that and sell to you. No, you go buy there. Ali, listen to yourself. You're telling Guyanese they eat too much? They're lazy to cook? You're telling Guyanese they're lazy to cook? That's why they can't afford groceries, because they want to eat out? They want to dine out? Now you're sounding like a fucking dictator. A disrespectful dictator. Now you're sounding like that. You are a billionaire. You are a billionaire. You used to go to the supermarket. You used to. But now you're rich. You send people. Matter of fact, you don't pay for anything. You don't pay for anything. So you're telling Guyanese they eat too much. This is why the prices are going up. Well, prices go up because of what? Supply and demand. Supply and demand. Fertilizers have nothing to do with the prices in the shops. Nothing. Your friends are exploiting that. They're exploiting the Middle East crisis. They're exploiting that crisis to say, well, you see, it's a fertilizer. We got to raise the prices. But another government comes, it wouldn't be the same, because their friends would not be the one controlling the commerce. Your friends are. So you blame the gas, you blame the fertilizer. Mr. President, understand this. Understand this. You're still young. Yeah, when you carry yourself the way you carry yourself, yeah, you may think you're old, but you're still young. Use the brain. People eat out. People eat out because it's cheaper. Junk food is cheaper. That's why they eat out. If the economy was doing good, if the economy was doing great, people will cook. They can afford to cook. But the fact that Chinese food is cheaper, that's why they eat out. Bara and Salara and egg ball and pint art and the other stuff, it's cheap. It is not healthy, it's cheap. So what the fuck you saying? That should have contributed to the price dropping, because there is no demand for groceries. There is no demand because people ain't cooking. But if everybody is cooking in their homes, it means more people will shop. And if more people shop and you have an issue with getting goods and services on time, it will make certain goods scarce. So therefore, the retailers will say, hey, we don't have much of this, so we got to put on a high markup because people are demanding this particular product. But if they ain't fucking cooking, who is buying the stuff to cook? They're eating out in the restaurants. Things must be cheaper in the supermarkets. Don't insult the appetite of Guyanese. You should be very upset that people have to buy junk food. You should be very upset. Do you think that's what they're taking the cash grant money to buy junk food? Look, Mr. Vice President, I said it before. All of this is on you. Because when you were president, when you, Jagdeer, was president, we didn't have this issue. People weren't complaining about prices in the shop. And we ain't had oil money. We didn't have oil money. People were cooking 4 times a day when the country was broke. Now you're getting oil money. And not just that, the man announced that things are bad and that no more cash grants and no more this, in light of the 50% profit sharing. You can't make this shit up. The moment when he's supposed to inject in the Guyanese mind that don't worry, more money will come your way, he is doing the complete reverse. Well, we tried everything. When we were getting 98 million a week, we tried everything. Now we are going to get almost 300 million a week. We can't try anything more. No, we can't. Where the fuck would the money go? If you're done trying and telling Guyanese to brace themselves for an El Nino of living, they can't expect any more injections from the government side to help them out. Because you are telling them, we tried with the 98 million, but that didn't work. So we can't give you more. Don't expect 250,000 a month salary or 200,000 cash grant or even 150,000 cash grant. As a matter of fact, cash grants are done. It's over with. You don't get that. I mean, the Minister of Finance was touting early that cash grant is not a perpetual thing. He was speaking on behalf of Ali. Now Ali is confirming it. No more cash grants. It ain't working. Okay, Ali, what will work? Tell me. What is going to work? Getting Mohammed extradited? I mean, Azruddin extradited? When Azruddin is gone, is that going to help to bring the prices down? Can we blame the prices in the shops, the poor conditions at the hospital, the chaos amongst the law enforcement department, corruption in the ministries, the fact that the ministers under you, Ali, embezzled and are stealing and are robbing the Guyanese taxpayers' money, allegedly? Are we going to blame that to Azruddin Mohammed? So when he's gone, automatically everything comes back to normal? Is that it? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Because the Mohammed is going back to the CCJ. The case is going back to the CCJ. And it's going to stay there a bit longer. This time it will stay longer at the CCJ. It's on its way. You'll get that announcement sometime next week that the CCJ will have a second look at the Mohammed's extradition requests. So Judy has to put a stay on that. In the meantime, Guyanese will have to be obsessed, waiting and praying that Mohammed leaves the country. Then Ali would have all the room he needs, no more criticism, no more fact finding, no more pressures and questions about the farm, the size of the farm, his brother's corruption, the Australian companies, the Nigerian companies, the Jamaican companies, and all these companies. No more questions. Ali would be able to do what he has to do with no disturbances, nobody to challenge him. And since the vice president decided to step back, there is no one to stop Ali now, only Mohammed. So we have another 6 months to wait on Mohammed to leave. During that time, keep your fingers crossed and hope that President Ali changes his mind and step down. It's possible. The Prime Minister of England, that he liked so much, liked to quote English, right? The Prime Minister of England stepped down after 2 years. One of them stepped down after 6 months. One of them stepped down after 3 months. That's how quick they stepped down, because the country were disgusted with them, and their ministers, their cabinet ministers say, hey man, you don't have the interest of this party at hand. We need to get rid of you. But in Guyana, we have hustlers. In Guyana, we have hustlers. Suzanne Rodriguez is a hustler. Sonia Parag is a hustler. Priya Manikchan is a hustler. All hustlers. Don't worry, I haven't mentioned Ejel and Indar, but they're here. They can't take up space every time on the show. We know they're criminals. But you put the band together, at least six of them, six, including Colin Crow, are hustlers, all hustlers on Ali's side. They're making the big bucks. They're earning the big bucks. So yes, in the meantime, they need all that extra money from the oil, the 39% that you will never taste or you will never see Guyana. They need to put it towards those ministries so they can funnel it through their shell companies and through their families as financial director in some company. Then that comes all the way back to them. That's how it works. You, Mr. Vice President, if you are so concerned about the future of Chedi's party, Chedi handed you the reign, Mr. Vice President. This is why the universe is keeping you young, healthy, for the future of the party. But you have this man that you thought had good intention. You saved him from prison, and he's destroying your party. He's destroying your country, Mr. Vice President. You need to get rid of Sonia Parag, Suzanne Rodriguez, and not just get rid of them. Take the country's properties, monies back from them. Ali has immunity, fine. But the rest of them don't have it. They don't have that. You need to pursue them, Vice President, and get rid of them. They should have never had a second chance. They fucked up the first term. They became millionaires the first term. You should have fired them since then. But yeah, Ali says he is the constitutional president, he is the executive president, and he shall use the powers of the presidency. Yes, he did. He did. Now, Vice President, you have to use the power of politics. Politics. Because regardless, all those cabinet ministers, they are ministers under the PPP, not Irfan Ali. Irfan Ali was a candidate for the People's Progressive Party. He wasn't an independent. The party covered him. So while he may have immunity by the laws of the country, he ain't got that when it comes to the laws of the party. Use the laws of the party, Vice President, and deal with these ministers and this president that you made president. You selected him to keep him out of prison. He should have been in prison right now. If Granger had gotten the chance to reclaim his legitimate win, Ali would be in jail. It's not a witch hunt. The man committed crimes. The High Court Justice says the case has merit and the case must go to trial. The justice says that, not a magistrate. Jagdeo saved Ali. Barbicians, Essequibians, the two counties that has almost 60% majority East Indian. Remember, under the PNC, you didn't have to come to Georgetown to deal with your passports issues, your registration issues, and so many other issues. You didn't have to. Granger made sure that you had a passport office in Berbice and passport office in Essequibo. You didn't have to leave your county to travel by boat or plane or bus and spend days to get your passport in Georgetown. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. Now you do. Ali came and he stopped all of that. It directly affected you, PPP supporters. The decision that Ali made, the policies of Irfan Ali, not manifesto policy. Because getting rid of the passports office in Essequibo and Berbice was not manifesto. The manifesto didn't say that. The manifesto talked about strengthening, making things more accessible, giving better health care, giving better salaries. Manifesto said that. But Ali did the opposite. So now the whole country got to converge in Georgetown in long lines for a passport. I have never seen it in no country I have visited. People are subjected to that kind of torture for government services. Granger did his best to make sure that don't happen. All the solar investment, Ali came with promises when the manifesto made the promise, not Ali. But Ali came and realized that, hey, these projects, I can't make money on them. So it was not implemented. Excuse, excuse, excuse. Now the Black House continues. The Black House continues. You're telling Guyanese now, they are so low life. Again, I have to stick to the low life thing. Because how the fuck can you tell your people don't use air conditioning? The sun is hot. They have air conditioning in their homes. They're at home. Their children are at home. Are you telling them, open the windows, take off the AC, don't even use the fan? And because some of them are dumb enough to listen to you, Indar can come and say, well, we have improvement. We have more surplus in megawatt in the system now. Why? Because people turned off their air conditioner and they're burning to hell. They're sweating as fuck because they like the government. The government in Indar's office, he has air conditioning. He don't have to buy gas for his car or diesel for his big vehicles. He gets that for free. His home has air conditioning in his dog pen, the house he built for his cat, even his fish pond, his toilet, his bathroom, his kitchen, every inch of Indar's house, there is air conditioning running 24/7. He ain't gonna turn off his. You, the guy that voted for these jackasses, you have to turn off your air conditioning so that they can have more electricity for their side chick or their boyfriends. And then coming and boasting and saying, we have more extra electricity, so the Black House would not be a thing. Yeah, Indar, it's always a thing. It's always a thing because you and your idiot president didn't stick to the manifesto that Barajagdio introduced to the people. You didn't stick to that. You don't want to invest the money where you can't see. People can't see what you're doing. It's harder to steal that way. Keep building roads. Do you know that more of the asphalt also contributes to heat? You know, asphalt absorbs and releases heat back into the atmosphere. So the more asphalt you do, the more you chop down nature, the more you clean these forested areas and put up your skyscraper hotels, the more you are preventing people, you are standing the way, blocking people's access to cold wind. Georgetown is close to the ocean. Shouldn't have such a heat issue. Shouldn't have such a heat issue because wind comes from the sea. But the fact that it's that hot, why? So Indar, you and your boss are telling Guyanese they don't deserve to experience cool and calm. What they deserve is to go to the supermarket and buy the GWI bottled water and cool themselves. When they're thirsty again, go buy another bottle. Cool themselves. But when they're home, open the windows, shut the fan off, turn off the air cool, and sweat. Oh, it's a good way to lose weight. The president ain't losing weight that way. Ozempic. I guess women inspires men, eh? Women do inspire men. I thought it's the other way around. Yeah, my issue is the way this man is fucking up the country. My issue is the way he's covering up for these criminal people he has behind him. My issue is the lies coming from Irfan Ali. My issue is the selfishness. My issue is the pompousness, the disrespect. Those are my issues. And this is the one man that is unilaterally doing this. He's a bully. Takes no advice from even the man who made him president. Takes no advice. I want you guys to make the comparison. Why do you think I'm saying this? I am honest to my core. I live on the Jack Dios government. I experience on the Jack Dios government. I had zero issues when Jack Dios was president. Zero issues. And I was in the media. I had access to all the information. People protested on the Jack Dios because of crimes. Crimes. Not cost of living, not salaries, not even blackouts, crimes. We understood the conspiracy with the crimes. He did his best to bring it down. The men who were responsible, they're either dead in jail or they resigned. The comparison I'm making here is, with Ali, even in Ramatar's time, things were terrible. But not as bad as it is now, with all this fucking money. Yes, the money is on my mind. Because you can't be the only one to want to enjoy the money, Ali. You and your band of Muslim brothers. You got a special mosque now where you meet and discuss how you're going to spend this money. You should have taken the one in Muhammad's top office. Muhammad's Enterprise, the mosque, yeah, I probably should have stayed there. Sound don't go down, it goes up. So when you're talking there, people won't hear you. It's not fair, man. People are suffering. They're crying. You're not helping with all this rhetoric and all these lies you keep telling people. You are not helping. Stop making reference to Granger government. Quite frankly. You want to make comparisons? The only thing that you try to finger Granger in is the Dorban Park shit. The Dorban Park shit. And the Dorban Park shit is linked to what? A parliamentarian who was minister also. Some shell company. Not directly to Granger. But the things that Granger did to help the people, he helped mostly Indian Guyanese. Mostly Indo-Guyanese, Granger helped. This is why they voted for him the second time. They voted for Granger. Indians voted for Granger in 2020. Not for you, Ali. For Granger. And the same people that you almost lost and kept leaving the PPP, they're leaving the country and the PPP. You're punishing them because they don't complain to you, because they're shy to come and talk about their business on Facebook, how much they're starved, how much they're hungry, how much they can't even live and pay their bills. You're taking them for granted. You have those grandfathers and grandmothers can't even get their pension, their NIS. Don't debate contributions. You said prior to elections last year, you said those people who have not completed the contributions, the government is going to make up for the difference. So all Guyanese would be eligible for the NIS. You said that, President Ali. What happened? What happened? People got to take you to court just to get the NIS. They have to beg the universe to live until age 65 just to taste old age pension, the 60,000 or whatever shit you're giving them. And now you're saying cash grants didn't work? All the measures you implemented didn't work? So therefore, we're getting more money now. Oh, the cost recovery is not over yet. It's not, don't celebrate. Guyanese, don't start celebrating because cost recovery ain't over yet. Yes, it is. ExxonMobil said they have recovered their cost. Every cent of their cost they have recovered. Now it's 50 fucking 50. You think Guyanese are idiots? They don't understand what that means? It means 50-50 of the profit. Of the profit. You can't expect 50-50 from the entire income. No, you got to take out your cost. Your employee, it's basic business. That's how business deals go. We take out the expenses, overall expenditure, and this profit we split 50-50. Everybody knows that's what it means. But at 50-50, Ali, is more than 12.9%. It is 39% for the government, 39% for ExxonMobil. So don't come with no more trash talk and say that, oh, it's not over yet. We're not actually going to get 39%. We're going to get what? 20%. Oh, and the 19% is what goes into funding your offshore projects. The 19% goes into the embezzlement companies for the hotels in Jamaica, the luxury hotels in Jamaica, the luxury hotels in Barbados. Yeah, that's where the 90% goes. It goes into the People's Bank that you just opened. The Co-op Bank, the one that PNC had. You open this bank now to lend Guyanese their own money at interest. And while I'm on that bank issue, I want you to understand this, Guyanese. If Irfan Ali makes it to 2029, 2030, between now and 2030, that same bank that the parliament okayed, that the monies from the oil is going to go into that bank to lend businesses money, to do a transactional thing, to earn money, that bank is going to be privatized. That bank is going to be privatized. Right now it is set to be what? The People's Bank from the state. Before Ali finishes his second term, that bank is going to go private. They're going to merge with some private firm to take stake in the bank, so the bank will no longer be state bank. And the private firm would be Ali himself. His name wouldn't be there, but I'm telling you, it's his bank. They have to find somewhere to put all the money. They got to find somewhere to legitimize the money, to clean the money. And you are helping them to do that with the bank. The other thing that the president is suggesting, because he wants you to start thinking about it, that will be the next thing that will come sometime next year, is the oil refinery. They were talking about oil refinery forever. But instead of building the oil refinery, which is more economic for Guyanese, they go and build this fucking white elephant gas to energy project. A fancy name, gas to energy. What energy? Cooking gas? Whatever the gas to energy project is going to be processing, you can't put it in your car. No, you can't. You probably can cook with it if it comes on stream. It's a white elephant. All the monies they invested in that thing, the time it is taking them to complete that project. Don't you think it would have been better, more economic, to just build the fucking refinery? Just build the refinery. And then you extend the refinery and have a section that deals with the gas to energy stuff. The pipeline should have just gone to the refinery. Refine the fucking oil. Then you offshoot that to your gas to energy stuff somewhere down the line. And on the same block, you have the oil refinery and the gas to energy. But now you're talking about oil refinery, which is another loan you got to take, another loan to build that, which is going to take another 2 years. So it's a good politic marketing strategy for 2030, hoping that your candidate, Ali, might get the party's nomination for presidential candidate. It ain't gonna fucking happen. You would be retired and forgotten the way Ramatar is retired and forgotten. Because the party wants nothing to do with you, Irfan Ali. I don't care what two people say on Facebook. You know, to the stink mouth ones who they can't even afford to buy fucking toothpaste to brush their teeth and floss. They want to cuss out and say, yes, we are 100%. Fuck you. Yeah, good for you. But it's two of you. It's three of you. Guyana has close to 1 million people. 1 million people. You know what 36 seats is? You know what hundreds of thousands of people you have to get votes from to get 36 seats in the parliament? Exactly. The majority of Guyanese are fed up with Ali. They took a risk. They took a risk. They're regretting that risk. They are regretting that risk. So come out and talk about the oil refinery. That will be the next distraction. We have to build an oil refinery. It will be good. It's always good for the nation. Always good to bring prices down. Or the economy would benefit. The people of Guyana's future must be secured. Based on what's happening around the world, we need to have an oil refinery to secure our position in the world. Things were happening in the world long before Guyana's oil was discovered. And oil refinery was even discussed in Granger's time. In Ramatar's time, they were talking about oil refinery. Two governments. A third. Now this one is on his second term and still talking about oil refinery. You had the fucking opportunity, man. You had the chance to do that instead of the shitty white elephant nonsensical project with gas to energy. You had the chance. Don't bring that talk now to put Guyanese further in debt. Further in debt. That's what causes prices to rise. Too much debt. All the money we're making now, we still got to go into debt. Still got to borrow more money. So where is the cash coming from? Where is the cash going? ExxonMobil is paying cash. What's happening with the oil? The revenue from the oil, it ain't credit, it's cash. They're selling those barrels of oil for money, cash. The 39% that's coming, it's as liquid US dollars. That's what it is. Why you still need to take loans? You're putting that money in the reserve and taking loans that you have to pay back on interest. And the interest has to be distributed to the prices in the shops and the people's income. Either way, you're destroying the country, Irfan Ali. Spend the money we're making from the oil to alleviate the pain and the stress for Guyanese. No more projects. All right, no more projects. All the water treatment plants you have already, fix them. Let them serve the people's purposes. All the hospitals you already have, equip them. Get proper doctors. Enough with Cubans. They have a lot of Guyanese doctors in New York, Canada. They have a lot. Bring them home, pay them, go treat them better. Most are dark skinned, unfortunately for you. But they're Guyanese. They would serve their people better. Don't steal the money. Frank Anthony is not even a medical doctor. It's not a medical doctor. You're putting a man who has a doctorate in some shit to run a hospital, Ministry of Health. Put a real doctor, a medical doctor, practicing medical doctor. I'm disturbed. Yeah, I am. It seems like Ajudi Mohammed, you have to sign over your billions to me. Let me take your place. Let me take your place because in as much as I don't want them to extradite you, you're gonna go. There's nothing I can do. The system is set. We're talking. This is about America. This isn't about England or the Netherlands. Or no, this is America. America is not going to bow and not going to stoop. Is not going to compromise. They're going to take you. Matters not how long it takes. They will take you. So unfortunately, I don't see a future with you getting a chance to even serve as president for one term. I don't see that. But this fight can't die when you leave. We have to hold the reign. And because of the failure on the other side, we can't trust them. They have so much issues with the PNC now and their people. You can't expect Ajuddin to compromise when you guys don't want to remove those antiques from the commission of GCOM. Those 3 antique statues. You can't expect the man to compromise and put you on commission or recommend you for certain duties when you have these retirees who should have just gone and enjoyed their pension, holding space and say, no, we ain't going nowhere. Fine. That's the price you pay. They ain't going anywhere, but you want the man to give you some access to future commissions? No, it won't happen. You should have been nice to the guy and say, hey, you guys served well, you had your chance. You need to step aside now. This guy is the opposition. He has the more seats and he should put his people there. That's basically it. So Norton, you can't be angry. You can't be angry. What you're doing is wrong. Based on the laws, you are wrong. What's good for Jack is good for Jill. Yeah, went up the hill and Jill came tumbling after. They're talking about sex, right? Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his thumb. Well, the thumb is the dick. When they say you broke your dick, it means you come. Your climax. And then Jill came tumbling after. He came first, and then then she came. Yeah, sex. I always knew that was about sex. Nurses go, Jack and Jill went, oh, fuck. But in this politics, what's good for Jack is good for Jill. So if Jack says, no, fuck it, my people stay there, Jill said, okay, fine. I'm putting your people in the new commissions. Don't blame them. I don't call the man a dictator. PPP would have done the same thing. It's politics. But right now, what's important is that we let Bar Jagdeo know that your people in the cabinet, Vice President, don't like what's happening. They are dissatisfied with the president, the way he's running the government, the way he's sidelining a few and just holding on to the few that he has. They don't like it. The cabinet is divided. It is split. You will destroy the future of the party. You need to put Ali in his place and fire those ministers that are compromising with him to be complicit with messing up the system. Jagdeo, you need to get rid of them. You are my last hope, Vice President. You are my last hope. I am making threats that I left the PPP. Yes, because of Ali. But if you correct things, I'll come back. I'll come back. But the longer you take to discipline Ali, Vice President, the longer I take. Don't make me start my own party. Because if I start my own party, Vice President, I am 100% sure I am taking a large chunk of PPP supporters. A large chunk of PPP supporters. I am certain of that. Absolutely. Don't make me do it. Discipline Irfan Ali. Put him in his place. Stop the corruption. and I'll stay. Oh, I mean, Edgerlin Indar must go. I mean that. Edgerlin Indar must go. Fire them, and you're back on my good side, Vice President. You, not Ali, you. Back on my good side. I ain't gonna take Muhammad's money, but you gotta match it. I ain't gonna take his money. And before I go, speaking about money, Shell said, based on some of the fuck ups in the comment section, let me address you. Shell said all that what you said, black man is money, 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 money. Why do you think Ali is corrupt? And he's Indian. Why do you think Indar is corrupt? He's Indian. Why do you think all them corrupt PPP that, why do you think they're corrupt? Money, 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 fucking money. Ain't a black man thing. Why do you think Shell embezzled? Why do you think Ashridin became a billionaire and is now got to face crimes in the United States? Money, 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 money. Every fucking body. Money, money, money. Ain't a black man thing. People get rich because everything they think about, all they think about is money. They break laws, they do all kinds of shit. They scam, they scunt, all kinds of shit. Women prostitute themselves, men rob and steal and kill. Money, money, money. You stupid racist motherfuckers. Money. So when I talk about money on my platform, it's because I'm not going to do anything illegal. No drugs, no wire transfer, no fraud, no corruption, no embezzlement, none of that stuff for money. I'm saying, you want to donate? Donate. Buy a book in corruption. You like what I do, you want to support the show, donate to the Zella account. It ain't begging, I'm inviting you to be a part of what I do. It's either yes or fucking no. That's it. I ain't telling you to vote for me. You heard? You racist bastards. Anyway, share this live. And go ahead. Don't let me prevent you from making your comments. I want to hear from you. The fact that I responded means I'm reading your comments. So I want to hear from you. But try to be nice. Send the hearts. The love. Say, Dr. Prasad, I love you. I so love you. If I was rich, Dr. Prasad, you know I would send you $10,000, $100,000. I'll buy you a pickup, Dr. Prasad, because I love what you do. You know, I know sometimes I get upset when you speak. I get horny. I get excited. You have me on my seat, on my edges, like, oh my gosh, my heart is pumping now. He's angry. He's angry. He's pumping now. Yeah, that's good for your soul. You live longer. Listening to me, you will live longer. You will live longer. I am good for your heart and your orgasm. I'm talking to men, women. I'm straight. I'm talking to women. But the men can donate. Yeah. Thanks for your attention. Share this live. Until next time. Goodbye.